Greetings people of YouTube, and today I'm doing another one-shot review on the Transformers Studio Series 86 Voyager class Ironhide. This will serve as another filler review because I don't want to leave you guys dry while I'm preparing for the next review. So let's get started and take a look at the box here. As always, pretty cool Studio Series 86 packaging, but nothing too special. Again, just throw it off. And let's take a closer look at Ironhide's van mode first. This thing is pretty neat, it's pretty compact, it's pretty cool overall. One major issue is the lack of yellow stripes that you would typically see on G1 Ironhide's model. I mean, the cartoon didn't even include them all the time, so why bother? I'll tell you why. Because this thing has the audacity to have it and not have battle damage replacement parts. Bravo has done a good job there. Sorry. Another issue that I see being thrown around is that there are some color mismatches with the red paint and the red plastic, because a lot of these pieces are just transparent plastic painted red, and some other parts of it are just dead-on cast red plastic. There are bound to be some color mismatches, especially from the top here. You can see that it does look kind of ugly and segmented. But overall, I think this van mode served its purpose fairly well. It rolls fairly nicely, and it even has some nice and clever weapon storage. That's his butt, by the way. For some measurements here, let's bring out this ruler. His van mode is about 5 inches long and over 2 inches tall. Some actual comparisons here. I decided to bring out my Studio Series 86 Raw. They look great together aside from the mismatched windows. Clear plastic does look a bit more realistic, but this almost cell shaded take is more G1 accurate, and it makes figures less brittle because it doesn't use clear plastic, unlike this particular version of the mold. Alrighty then, this has gone on for a bit too long, and let's get him transformed. Remove his guns. Boom. Transform the whole leg. These would be the ankles. If you want to separate the separate the feet, no damage has been done, thankfully. Yeah. Attach this hood piece, which is a bit terrifying. Be very careful, these hook pieces have a chance to break. Fold these in. Attach these side pieces. Bring them down. Collapse. Yeah. Straighten the legs out. Flip down the skirt piece. Bring down the grill. Pinch this whole piece down. Rotate it. Bring it down. Flip out his wrists. Rotate them so that they are facing upwards. Split his arms. Snap them in. And now you got Ironhide's G1 toy. Flip this out, bring out his head, hold this down, and finally snap the chest in. And the back will more or less just rest there. Don't forget. And after a fairly complex transformation that kind of cemented him as a Voyager class, here's the Studio Series 86 Ironhide in his robot mode. At a glance, at least from the front, this robot mode seems to be pretty accurate to the cartoon model. And on his own, this figure is actually pretty darn fun to play with and is really solid. But after I started watching the G1 cartoon, I started to notice that there are some problems. First of all, his back. I get why this whole section is painted in silver, that's just for the grill of the vehicle mode, but the entire back section as well as this top neck area really could have been cast in the same type of gray plastic that they use for the crotch and the shoulders, as well as the entire calf section looking like an incoherent mess. It looks good from the front, but from the side and on the back, that's not the best. Another issue that I have with this figure that really could have been avoided is that this head sculpt, whilst is really nicely sculpted, I gotta admit, it's just not Ironhide. In the cartoon, you see Ironhide pulling off all these different expressions and it's really expressive, really fun character, and this face just doesn't have that. I cannot hear Ironhide say, "I'm tired of sucking on them vapor waves," or "My liquid nitrogen will help it out," with this face sculpt. And speaking of liquid nitrogen, he didn't come with it. All you get with this figure is the backdrop piece, which I can't bring out right now because I'm using it for my G1 display. And these two guns. They look good individually and they do look good on Ironhide. It's just that for such a character that can do so much and at a Voyager class price point whilst being sized at a deluxe class size. Before you say engineering precedes all, the 86 Hot Rod also has a really sophisticated engineering and has a lot of accessories under his belt. But with this guy, nah. I'm really sorry if I seem a little harsh on this figure. I really love it at first, but after watching the cartoon and seeing how Ironhide acted, this thing could have been so much better. Better face sculpt, more accessories. He may look like Ironhide, but he doesn't feel like Ironhide. He does feel pretty nice though. Articulation is also pretty nice, but it's not as good as Hot Rod. Ball, hinge, cool joint cover, rotate, swivel, bend, swivel, hinge, rotation, crunch back kinda, moves forward that far, back that far, split, rotate, bend, up, down and it pivots both ways. Gotta commend them for these ankles. I love the ankle articulation on this figure. And finally, before I end it all, let's do some more size comparisons. Figure stands at almost 6 inches tall. Here he is next to 86 RC. Despite them probably never appearing on screen together, I think they look great. And finally, here's Hot Rod, the better deluxe sized Voyager class figure. And I gotta be honest, throughout this video I was kind of exaggerating. I really don't hate this figure, not even a little bit. I think this figure is great and is really enjoyable to play with. It's just that I really think Hasbro could have done better. And yeah, if you were to ask me if I were to recommend this figure or not, I say go pick it up. It's Ironhide, he's iconic, he's cool, and hey, at least in my place, the aftermarket prices for this guy is actually not that bad. But yeah, if you've not gotten him yet and you do get a chance to finally get him, I'd say go pick him up, especially if he's on discount. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you all recommend this review to everyone else. Do leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you would like. And hopefully I will see you all next time. Goodbye! Next week I'll return with a fully fledged review, and I'll be back in a big way.